Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go
하프
back and
얘기가
check.
나오는 거
And we could
보면
have missed something.
갑시다. 이거 뭐야?
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
주워봐.
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
개?
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
왜? 뭐야? 왜 무섭게 생겼어? 제 새로운 친구입니다. 음악을 좋아하죠. 단순한 선율은 그의 영혼을 감동시킬 겁니다. 둘에게 행운을 빕니다. 프레. 누구야? 누가 우리한테 이러는 거야? 이거 뭐야? 왜 여기만 따로 있지? 너무 무섭게 생겼어. 이게 무슨 모양이지? 일종의 나무 장난감. 유리판 밑에 어두운 잉크층이 있습니다. 아이고, 무서워라. 소리도 이상해. 조합은 다른 종이에 있습니다. 당신의 사고에는 이건 뭔 말이야?
What do you think? Is it really from her?
그럴 리가 없지.
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
끝나지 않은 사건. 계속하기. 2부인가봐요. 아니, 글씨는 그냥 미리 남겨두고 누구한테 해달라고 했었을 수도 있지.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
자세히 봐봐. 아직도 못 푸는구나.
Let's come back later.
피피한테 한번 보여줘 볼까요? 그거? 이거. 아니면 무슨 선율이 됐으니까 피아노 방에 뭐가 있는 거 아니야? 단순한 선율은 그의 영혼을 감동시킬 겁니다. 감동받지 않은 것 같아. 그럼 수금기? 아이고, 잘못 눌렀네. 그리고 이거에 이 늑대 동상에 뭐가 채워져 있다고 그러는데 대체 뭔데요?
It's a statue standing up straight.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as death. Also, it's not as stuffed.
얘도 뭐 항아리라고 그랬고. 수금기의 음악을 들려주면 되나? 틀어보자. 근데 들려줄 수가 있나? 아니면은 내가 피아노를 연주할 수가 있나?
It's one of those big
Don't
pianos.
touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
그럴 수는 없나 봐요. 토끼방이 하나 더 있긴 했는데 어쨌든간 피오나한테 한번 보여줘 보고. 피피야, 이거 안 보여줬었네.
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a
but
note.
she never showed them to me.
Well, I think
Flora한테
it was a gift
줬으니까.
for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
아이고. 피피가 플레야를 엄청 좋아했는데. 그리고 이거는
A
뭘까?
chalkboard.
Is this a library or
그 정원에 있는 기호 그 벽보랑 누르면
Any
뭐가
idea what
나오나?
this means?
not a clue?
Any idea what this?
Not a clue.
뭔가 태어난 연도인가?
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
어... 일단 후쿠쇼의 뭐 그 혐의는 아직 입증이 안 돼가지고 혐의가 아직 안 나와가지고 내가 다 물어봤었나? 이거를 증거들 모은 거를 한 번씩 다 물어봐야겠어.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I. Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
지금은?
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
뭔가 이 세 장 매다는 데도 쓸 수 있을 것 같고. 조각상.
If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind. A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
그림을
I
찍은
know a lot of
사진.
people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew.
힘들었겠지. 프레야의 그림.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of.
Yes.
어떻게? 어떻게 봤어? 찢어진
Freya
사진.
was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
비밀이겠죠.
Oh, a secret diary.
That's our guess too.
Excellent.
유트 동상.
Lovely.
악보.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her. I
찢어진
can't
사진.
decide what's worse. How she looks here or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
아니 왜 다 숨기지? 왜 그러지? 아 페니는 싫어하잖아요 포피를. 그런데도 숨겨주면은 대체 뭐인 거야? 화분의 열매.
Delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
무력이 없잖아 피츠는. 방이 식탁도 없이 밥을 먹는 사람인데. 플로라의 그림.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
또 별게 안 나왔고. 다 안 물어본 사람이 교수님? 그만 보라고. 그만 보시라고요. 하늘 안 보는 거 다 알아.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
왜 다 숨겨주는 거야? 뿔피리 동상?
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes.
피시맨?
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
장식된
You
모종삽.
found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
색칠된 조각상.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
색칠된 조각상. 필릭스.
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
필릭스도 되게 수상해요. 그러니까 이 모종삽이 뾰족하잖아요. 그래서 그 자상 무기가 될 수 있을 만한 건데, 근데 그 사건 당시에 휘츠 방에서 나왔단 말이에요. 자기 말로는 그 옥상 정원에서 뭐 둘이 포피랑 휘츠가 싸워가지고 포피가 내려가는 줄 알고 휘츠 방에 가봤다고는 했는데, 수상해 필릭스도 갑자기 그림을 찍은
Freya
사진.
was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
나도
What a fascinating interpretation.
나도 그렇게
He's right, though.
보여.
It is a big red thing.
산같이 생겨가지고.
These
프레야의
were drawn
그림.
by Freya? She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
찢어진 사진.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
의심하고 있었으니까 황금 딱정벌레 가져갔다고. 비밀
A
일기장.
diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
네 개의 깃털.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
뮤트 동상.
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
뭐지? 악보.
Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching
그럴
her
것
how to play.
같았어. 그래서
Poppy's piano teacher
소중하게.
was her mother.
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
화분의 꽃.
What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist.
아.
Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
아 뭐야 아니야? 난 다 속게 생겼어. 구겨진
Well,
종이.
now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either.
화분의 열매.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
플로라의 그림.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
또 안 물어본 사람이 휘츠한테 다 안 물어봤었나요? 휘츠에게 이거는 뭐예요?
A little chart of. Actually, I have no idea what it's about. Kind of reminds me of a periodic table. Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
주기율표.
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
주기율표면은 그러면은 그냥 알파벳으로 돼 있어야 되는 거 아니야?
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
진짜. 이거 물어봐야겠어요. 귀마개를 평소에 정원일을 할 때는 귀마개를 낀다. 근데 그 옥상 정원 사건 당일에 옥상 정원에서는 끼고 있지 않아서 그래서 그 소리를 들을 수 있었다. 잘 모르겠어요.
Wait, those are mine. The earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
일주일
What do you need
전에.
earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
그러면 일부러 누가 훔쳐가지고 그 소리를 듣게 한 걸 수 있겠네요. 사건 당일에 소리를 듣고 올라갔잖아요, 피츠가.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see?
이거
Do you
무슨
have any? In the
Man.
greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
그래서 멸종했구나. 밥을 먹어야 되는데
Penelope knows about
아이고,
birds.
밥이 그 얻기가 힘들었겠지.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they like her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
타바타? 아니 티타니아? 뿔피리 동상?
What's with the broken glass?
감깨.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3.
Me 4.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
색칠된
That's quite
조각상.
sweet, really.
색칠된 조각상.
Felix made that?
다음.
Huh.
그림을 찍은
Freya's best
사진.
work, in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like,
사진은
what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
그냥 추상화.
It's
찢어진
Fifi
사진.
and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
비밀 일기장.
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
4개의
We found these up
깃털.
in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
악보.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right, of course.
찢어진 사진. 포피.
Any idea who this is?
No, no idea.
뭐지? 왜 다 숨기는 거야? 화분의
This is a
열매.
good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny, inedible fruit?
You look at it.
이게 비밀 식물이구나. 해치가 기른다는 플로라의
Did Freya
그림.
draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
내가 오해를 한 건가? 그냥 최근에 살짝 피오나가 아니라 페퍼로니가 아니 뭐지? 페넬로피가 꽃을 정성스럽게 가꾸지 않는 모습에 약간 실망을 했을 뿐인가? 잘 모르겠어요. 대체 뭡니까? 다 안 물어본 거 아까 물어보다가 나와가지고 아니구나. 다 물어봤구나. 피피가 아니라 필릭스였나? 다 물어봤던 것 같은데? 다 모두에게 다 물어본 건가? 포크쇼한테 안 물어봤나? 뭐가 없는데 그럼 이제 그냥 저 꽃게로 뭘 해야 되나?
Freya's painting supplies.
오! 아 뭐야 이걸 안 봤었구나. 대답을 해주시려나? 이런 거? 그래도 다 한번 눌러볼게요. 프레야의 물감. 그때 피치가 뭔가 빠진 것 같다는 게 이 물감 얘긴가? 다시 한번 물어볼까요?
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
네. 이 물감에 대해서 삐삐한테 이거는 피가 아니죠?
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood,
아,
not paint.
이거
A
자체가
whole pot full
피구나.
of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still.
그래.
Doesn't that freak you out?
그러니까 붓에 묻어
In fact,
있었지.
it may be considered rather reassuring.
그러니까 그림에 있는 피는 프레야의 피가 아니었던 거야? 그런 얘기가 나 있었나?
There's something about Felix something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
지금 갑시다. 그러니까 이 피가 프레야 건지 아닌 거는 이제는 안 나와 있으니까 다른 누구의 피인데.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
이건 당신의 물감통이 아닙니다.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
이거요. 요거 다르잖아.
Let's take a closer look at this.
프레야의 빨간 물감통은 도난당했다. 원래 바뀌어 있던 것은 필릭스의 빨간 물감통. 하지만 이를 뚜껑이 이를 숨기기 위해 뚜껑이 뒤바뀌어
Freya's
있었다.
red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you
그러면은
bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your
하셨다는 거야?
murder.
평소에? 이 빨간 물감통에 있는 것은 피죠. 가득 채운 것은 피다. 플로라를 그리기에 후레야가 쓴 호다.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with
뭐가?
blood
아, 그
after Freya
전에
used it to paint
전에
Flora.
채워졌다고?
Maybe just
그리는데 쓰기
this red
전에
paint pot
피로
was
바뀌어
somehow
있었다.
filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
그러니까.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit
되게 로맨틱하시네 근데 직접 만들어가지고. 아니 근데 애 거를 딸버린 애 거를 훔쳐서 쓰면 어떡해. 나가서 사오시면 되잖아요.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
지금 갑시다. 이것도 생겼네요. 여기 가서 생각해야 돼. 범죄
We know a
현장.
little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
아니요. 그림 속 플로라. 물감통의 피는 그림에 물감통의 피는 그림에 사용됐다. 끝이 빨갛게 칠한 얼룩새의 깃털을 그리기 위해. 이거 맞나? 물감통의 피는 끝이 빨간 얼룩새 깃털을 칠하기 위해 사용됐고, 이거는 피 묻은 칼을
Blood from the
연상시킨다.
paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what and more interested in the how.
그 다락방에서
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with the painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
그 뭔가가 프레야랑 플로라를 쓰러지게 하고 그 뒤에 찔른 거면은 수직으로 찔렀으니까 그 다락방에서 뭘 떨어뜨리거나 뭘 내려가지고 찔릴 수 있었을 것 같네요. 포쿠션은 뭐가 남았지? 또 뭐 안 찾은 증거가 있나? 다 물어봤잖아요, 근데. 이건 뭐지? 일단 이거 하나가 뭔가 있을 것 같은 느낌이야. 그 꽃게는 뭐야 대체? 여기에 갖다 댈 수가 있나? 음악을 좋아하죠. 단순한 선율. 그 새가 무슨 흥얼거린다고 그러긴 했는데 새들이 뭐 음에 맞춰가지고 이 새들이 뭐야 뭐가 됐어. 이거 녹음한 건가? 그리고 피아노를 쳐달라고 해볼까요? 그 악보 이거
Yeah, it's mine.
들려주세요.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
됐다. 피아노. 물감에 대해서 한번 물어보고.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
이거는 대체 뭐예요?
Whatever it is.
Well, it is the
Just
music
gotta practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
뭐야, 업데이트가 된 거야? 아닌데. 그리고 음이 들리는 게 또 어디였지? 아, 여기 가서 틀면은 수집이 되려나? 틀어보자. 이거. 아, 근데 너무 무서워요, 소리가 이거.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
꽃게 모양 같은 거 찾는 건가? 혹시 이것도 되려나?
It's piano music.
이건 뭐죠?
The attic's directly above us, right?
Yeah.
눈이가 이렇게 무서워. 아, 했구나. 했지. 토크쇼만 남았는데.
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
이건 뭐야?
These plants are giving off a...
I didn't know we were supposed to be smelling things. More of that weird
It
like
really makes me wonder, are we on an island?
beats
or-
me. Hi.
이거는 뭐죠?
A pointless little stone tower.
I don't know. Might
Wanna
be-
play hide and seek?
I could be persuaded. A giant glowing gem.
AKA a greenhouse.
이건 근데 뭐야?
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a
Ah,
clock with four
뭐야.
faces.
아, 여기도
I'm guessing
퍼즐이
it doesn't
있네.
tell the time.
So what does it do?
다이얼을 돌려 4개의 바늘이 모두 올바른 위치에 가도록 해. 모두 올바른 위치? 다 같은 위치에 가야 된다는 건가? 잠깐만, 얘는 이거 2개고 얘는 3개고 얘는 이거 2개. 세 개. 이거 같은 위치 아니야? 모두 올바른 위치에 가도록 해. 요거는 뭐가 가려지네요. 12시. 이거 3. 3으로 가게. 9. 12시고 얘는 9. 얘도 9. 어... 12시 3, 9. 됐다. 9 맞지? 6인가? 아 6인가? 6인가 보네. 아이 정말. 아 9. 됐지. 3, 9, 12, 6.
I got it.
I'm impressed. What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
작은 렌즈, 동으로 된 작은 도구. 곡선에 유리 렌즈가 있다. 밑에 나사가 달려있다. 이제 호쿠쇼 할 수 있겠다. 이거
This
뭡니까?
belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
근데 피츠는 절대로 온실을 조사하지 못했을 거라고 했거든요. 뭐지? 안 뜨네. 여기 조사했대요.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
A little chart of... Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Greek letters, I think? Greek letters?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 아! 그 피피 방에 아니 피피 방이 아니라 서재에 있는 그 칠판에도 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 뭐 이런 식으로 돼 있지 않았나? 가계도처럼?
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
작은 렌즈 그만 보시라고요. 아,
Is
이쪽으로
this
보고.
important?
Possibly.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
작은 거 보는 거랬는데. 호쿠쇼를 어떻게 추궁하지? 방들을 더 탐색해야 되나?
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic
Oh.
lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
말이 다르네.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
This little microscope thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense. if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
아, 그게 있긴 있는 거야? 근데 있으면은 한 마리 소유하고 있었지만 잃어버렸는데 이런 게 있으면은 뭐가 좋나?
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
진짜
So,
황금은
that's
아니잖아.
what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but
맞아.
didn't
피츠가
actually search the
안 했을
greenhouse.
거라고 했어.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact you didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
이건 현미경이
That's not a
아니래.
microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
망원 렌즈렉서. 휴대용 현미경의 일부는 망원 렌즈래요. 쓰는 건? 아, 이게 영문을 번역한 거라서 말이 안 되니까
The handheld
맞는지 안
microscope is a
맞는지를
part of a telescopic
판단하기가
lens. So
힘들어요.
Hawkshaw almost.
아니고
Maybe.
그럼 이거는 PP에 따르면 휴대용 현미경이 쓰는 건 망원 렌즈. 그러니까 호크쇼가
The
거짓말을
handheld
한 것이다.
microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective, naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
어?
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure,
갑자기?
but a seductive one.
거짓말하지
At
마.
15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood.
아.
Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment.
아.
I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have
그래야겠지.
become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
다들 뭔가 살짝 하나하나 조금씩 감성적인 부분들을 가지고 있네요.